For me, this day is about taking time to really reflect and assess the progress we are making in moving the girl child forward in various aspects. Actually, when you look at the topics that typically come with this event annually, they allow us to think deeper around specific aspects that a girl child have to maneuver in order to move forward. So it does give me a time actually to reflect and assess my own impact on a girl child. For me, when you look at digital generation, what it is actually saying that this is a digital generation. We are actually living in a digital world. You look at last year with COVID, for example, it just proved it more because a lot of things started to happen digitally. People were working online. A lot of students were having to do schooling online. But in that case, we are talking about access. Maybe in Malawi it was different for a lot of kids who couldn't access digital platforms for them to learn. But basically what it means for me is that we are in that era of digital, and we have actually to make sure we enable a girl child to operate and thrive in this digital era. Let me start by saying that everyone in the bank right now is having to work with a digital platform of some sort. There's no choice anymore because the core business is becoming digital. But in terms of driving the digital transformation, or maybe taking specific roles that are really digital in nature, for example, you're running digital platforms, the channels, you are a channel owner for digital, you are leading a digital transformation agenda. We are seeing some progress, but I was just looking at statistics actually in the bank. We have a department that we call digital banking and another one we call card and payments. The total number of people in that department are 12, and we have 2 women. But as I said, the core business is becoming digital, so everyone is working with digital. But in terms of jobs that are now advertised and they have a digital connotation, not many girls are raising their hand to apply. And that's what is also making me realize that for the girl child, we have to make them believe that they can also take a lead in driving digital transformation. It's not for boys, it's for everyone else. But that's where we are. There's a lot of work to be done. I work in a bank, and when you look at how we are operating now, we are really transitioning very fast into a digital operation. So we can't avoid it where I work. So every girl that's working in the bank right now, every woman, is having to work with digital in one way or another. Even when you look at the organization I work for, most of our learning now is happening online. So you can't run away from that. But is that the case for the average girl who is getting ready to get into a working environment? Are they aware, for example, that they need to get on board to embrace digital? So I think in my view, we have to create that awareness for the girl who thinks that digital is for boys, so that they realize that the world out there, the working world, is actually transitioning into digital. So if they don't embrace it and they come into that environment, there may be a shock of some sort when they just come in. So for me, when I look at the digital divide, the first thing is to instill self-belief in a girl child, to say this is also for you. You can actually lead the digital transformation agenda that we're facing. But I think what I also think around is more around access. How do we make sure that girl has got access to digital platforms, to a gadget, to internet, for example? Because talking about it is one thing, but do they also have access? So how do we enable them to have that access? But I think the first thing is about self-belief, then we give them access. We support government as we are a private institution in driving this agenda. But the girl child has to believe that they can play a role in this particular journey of digital transformation. Okay, I'll start maybe from the work environment, because the department that I lead, the Consumer and High Networth, we are now saying we want to digitize digital at the core of our business. Everything has to be digital. So I am actually leading the digital transformation agenda for the Consumer and High Networth, looking at what we want to implement in the next couple of years. What is it that will make a difference to fast track us in that transformation? That's what I am responsible for, working with the team, but also collaborating with our engineering team. So that's what I'm doing. But then what I also do is to make sure I go on the ground. In the department I lead, we have more than 300 people. Visit branches, engage them around digital, how they should embrace it. And at this point, it's boys and girls. So encouraging them to come along, because there are also fears with digital transformation. People think they will lose their jobs. So just giving them assurance how digital is enabling us to do things faster and better, but also transitioning how we do our work and making it even better and giving us higher productivity. So I am instilling a lot of hope in the people that work in the bank to make sure that this is the way to go if we are to grow in the bank and reach more Malawians with the financial solutions. At home, it's a different picture. My 12-year-old girl is the one that usually shows me how to maneuver these gadgets, so much as my mindset is screwed in. But she knows quite a lot. And my phone, she's the one who lets me know what I'm not using yet and I'm losing out on it. So which also gives me hope to say the girl child can actually pioneer this transformation.